Now we're looking to solve this, and we're putting this expression equal to 0. You must give your answer in exact form, so that means using surds, and you must show you're working out. This is for 2 marks. The key facts you need are that when you're told that you're completing the square, we must have a coefficient of 1. In our question, we do have a coefficient of 1. So the number in front of this x squared here in the question has got a value of 1 at the front. When I take a factor of a outside the front to get a generalised term here, I have got a bracket x squared plus b over a lots of x. So if I multiply these both by a times x squared gives me that top term, ax squared. A times b over a lots of x gives me bx. From here, I need to take the number in front of the x, which is the coefficient of x, and b over a, and I'm going to halve that. So dividing b over a by 2 leaves me with b over 2a. This is the number that goes in the bracket squared, and it will always be that. So x plus half of the coefficient of x, all squared, then it is always subtract that same number squared. So this is b over 2a in this case, all squared, plus c. Now if I expand b over 2a all squared, I get b squared over 4a squared, because I could just square the numerator and the denominator separately. Now by squaring these, I can then times them by a, because there's an a outside the front of this square bracket. Now a times 1 over a squared cancels down to leave me with 1 over a, which means when I expand it, I get a lots of x bracket b over 2a all squared minus b squared over 4a, because the a and the a squared in the denominator cancel to leave me with 4a, plus you'll see. From here, I need to solve to find the value of x. So I'm going to add b squared over 4a to both sides, and I'm going to subtract c from both sides to get rid of these two terms here. From here, I now need to divide both terms by a to get rid of this a at the front here, because this is times by a, so I'm going to divide by a. So b squared divided by 4a divided by a will just be b squared over 4a squared, and then divided by c by a is just minus c over a. Now I need to get rid of this squared term. The opposite to the square is square root, so I'm going to take the square root of what was on the right hand side. Remember, when you take the square root, it is plus or minus the square root value. Then I need to get rid of this b over 2a. The opposite to plus b over 2a is subtract b over 2a. So x is equal to minus b over 2a plus or minus the square root of b squared over 4a squared minus c over a. And this is the generalised expression from any quadratic. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 will always come down in this form. Have a go at looking at the question we've got. Okay. Remember, when the question says use exact form, that means we're going to be working with surds, and this part here underneath the square root is where the surd is occurring. So we're going to leave our answer with that square root there. That's what exact form means. Press pause, have a go at working out the answer, and then press play when you're ready to hear. Well done, guys. So hopefully you've managed to put this expression equal to 0, because we worked out in part A the answer was x minus 4 all squared minus 7, and we put that equal to 0 because we had the expression x squared minus 8x plus 9, and we knew that factorised by completing the square into x minus 4 all squared minus 7. I now need to get rid of this minus 7. The opposite to take away 7 is plus 7. So I'm going to get x minus 4 all squared is equal to 7, and that will give you your first mark out of the 2 marks. From here I need to get rid of that squared, so the opposite to squaring is square root. Remember, when you square root you must put plus or minus at the front. So I've got plus or minus root 7. Then I just need to get rid of this negative 4. The opposite to negative 4 is plus 4. So x is going to be 4 plus or minus root 7 for your second mark. Now we need to write this in terms of the two answers on the answer box. So that is the same as 4 plus root 7 or 4 minus root 7 for your second mark. These are where your 2 marks were awarded on the question. Make sure you've written them nice and clearly on the answer line. The mark scheme shows there are two FT means follow through marks. M1 is for getting to the stage of x minus 4 all squared equals there 7. Now the word there means using the answer you got to part A. So if you got part A wrong and you used your answer, then you will still get a method mark. FT means follow through. And the answer says you get 0 if you only put down the answer. Now the reason you will only get 0 on this question is because it is a calculator question and it's on the calculator paper. And your calculator, or some calculators, can solve quadratic equations using your calculator. So because your calculator will solve the question for you, then there is no method marks by completing the square, which is what the examiner wants you to do. So you must use the method required in this question by completing the square to solve, not by just typing it into your calculator and getting an answer. So make sure you know how to do it without a calculator, even though it is on a calculator paper. If you found this video useful, please share, like and subscribe so we can all get great at math. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to share, like and subscribe. Please follow Get Great at Maths on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook and X. What do you want to see next on Get Great at Maths? Please comment below. See you next time.